these days are valuable and rare, these days where you can shape the future.
Part of what we were trying to do today was really just open people's minds and really try and reinforce that, and a lot of what we think may not be possible is possible.
Welcome to the Smarter Infrastructure for Queensland Summit.
The future is not some place to which we arrive. It is something that we create by decisions that we make on days like this, by discussions that we have at summits like this.
The Smarter Infrastructure for Queensland Summit brought leaders of technology and infrastructure together to identify challenges and pathways to realise benefits from smarter infrastructure. 7 themes emerged during the summit that will help to position Queensland as a leader in smarter infrastructure.
Technology by itself is not the real disruptor. You also need poor customer service. So we have this perfect storm, and we have it here in Queensland. We have all these technologies knocking at the door, and we have poor customer service that creates the need for the change.
If we don't put the citizen at the centre of that conversation, we're missing the fact that the smart citizen is here today.
Smart anything doesn't work unless it sits in a vessel of purpose. For us at the Smart Cities Council, sustainability is the outcome. Smart infrastructure is the accelerator, again highlighting the importance of getting to great outcomes quicker, sooner, better, cheaper, and in a more happier way.
And a lot about what we're talking here today will actually fundamentally make the lives of Queenslanders better, no matter where you live.
It's about admitting that we don't know the answers and instead putting a challenge or a problem to the market.
It's important that we work with the private sector and encourage the opportunities rather than thinking we know what the solution should be and having the private sector deliver that for us.
As human beings, we're really odd beasts. We will find a way round. There is always a way round regulation, and there always is a way round, and we have to think of different ways of engaging. And what we have to do is spend more time getting out of the way and enabling.
Has anyone ever seen a government tender that's about this thick, where we specify to the nth degree exactly what we want, limiting any possibility of innovation or change or trying to do things differently? Has anyone seen that? Yeah, okay. We're trying to do things differently.
So in terms of the key drivers behind investing in smart infrastructure, it's about making the most of what we have. How do we therefore sweat the asset, maintain the asset, and provide the services that Queenslanders are looking for?
So the opportunities for new investment in infrastructure in Queensland are substantial, but equally I think there is huge opportunities to use what we've got today in a more efficient way.
So Queen's Wharf Development has applied BIM technology, so yes, it's in the smart delivery element, but it's actually going to help with long-term asset management.
I think that change isn't linear, and I think we're going to see some rapid change in this space, and so early beginnings will accelerate to rapid outcomes.
McKinsey did a review of all of the different sectors, and they worked out that construction was one of the worst and slowest adopters of change and of digital change. It's only just up there above hunting and fishing.
The need to act now rather than to keep talking, that there are lots of good things already happening, and if we act now, we can make a lot more good things happen very quickly rather than thinking it's something that's going to happen in 5 years or 10 years.
If we can code change into our communities, we will be globally competitive as a region.
Google were collecting data about web searches long before they knew how to use it. Okay? How many times the lift goes up, how many times the air conditioner goes on, how many times the doors open. Publish that data, get it out there. That's important. We don't know how we'll use it, but we'll eventually find a way.
By having data, by having open data, how do we know where our priorities are for maintenance and what do we do?
I think if we can work out how we can open that data up in a really good way and maybe standardise that data, it might then help new people come through and be able to solve some problems that we're really grappling with right now.
typically my world is, hi Mr. High Vis Vest, you should meet Mr. Ponytail. All right? But this is why this is not working. The magic's going to happen when those two worlds come together. Queensland airports, besides making their city a living laboratory, they actually got together with the universities, the startup community and customers and said, why don't we all get in the same rule? City of Ipswich. These guys are going to do a simple thing. They realise I have all these digital assets. What if I just lit them up and showed all my citizens where they were and what they did, and then come to me with ideas on what I can do with it?
Trust. So we really need to build trust between private and government, and how we have platforms where we can come together to focus on these challenges.
You've been invited to this conversation. So how do we become the advocates? How do we start changing the conversations? How do we ask the questions why, if, and if not us, who?
We have to start, and we've got to start soon.
So we want your help to keep the collaboration and cross-sector discovery going. Ideas are feeding into initiatives such as an Infrastructure Innovation Taskforce and an Innovation Challenge. The key priorities will help shape the future direction of Queensland's smarter infrastructure agenda. We can choose to be smart now and prepare for a better future.
It's up to us. We have to drive the change. We have to want and need and drive the change.